Well, your kid is getting ready to apply to college. What steps should he or she take to improve their chances? Our next guest has 3 simple steps. Let's ask Elaine Rubin, financial aid expert with Edvisors.com. Good morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, this is super important, especially I know we're on the first day of school, but for kids of a certain age, it's in their mind constantly. So let's talk about some of these 3 simple steps. What's step 1?
Step 1 is to already kind of get an inventory of what your child already does. So like you said, you're going back to college, you're getting maybe involved in your regular sports, your extracurricular activities. It's time to take an inventory of that so you know where you are, what your child already does. And I will say one of the reasons, something I took for granted. I actually was working through high school, and I put that on a scholarship application just because it was asking for income information.
Oh.
And my high school counselor pulled me aside and told me that the fact that I had earned so much income working a part-time job was what impressed them.
Really?
So something super simple I was doing anyways was something that made me stand out from a crowd.
Wow, okay, so and sometimes you don't think about what you're doing or what your child is doing maybe because you're used to it. So you don't think about it as something extraordinary, but it very well could be.
It could definitely set you apart and be that little thing that makes you stand out.
Or like you mentioned, some hobbies. Maybe your kid likes to paint, and that's the thing that makes them stand out. That is so cool. Okay, so take a look at what you're already doing. What about your second piece of advice?
The second piece of advice is to grow upon that. So you want to see if there's something you haven't started yet, you haven't done yet, or something with a skill you already take, like painting or drawing. Is there something you can do beyond that to maybe achieve some sort of accolade, win some sort of prize, something you can put on there that will only help build your resume now, not only for scholarships, but even college application time.
For sure.
If you're building up all those different types of achievements, that's only going to help you.
Okay, yeah, and that's amazing because you just mentioned kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're putting this on for maybe a scholarship application, but you can also use it for the college application. So it's really important to keep things in mind too, and you can even expand on them if one comes before the other, right?
Definitely.
Okay, and what about your third piece of advice?
So my third piece of advice, so when we're going through kind of taking a look of what you do, what you're interested in, you want to look at different ways you can give back to the community. This whole extracurricular activity, volunteer section of your scholarship application is only one part. You can examine things like your essay. We've got great tips on Edvisors.com on Edvisors.com about those different sections.
Okay.
But to build upon that, now it's time to look at volunteerism and look at ways you can give back to your community.
Right.
Another 2 birds, 1 stone. Not only are you getting involved and getting to network and starting that whole experience, maybe for the first time, you might learn about other scholarship opportunities offered through these volunteer groups or people you're meeting while you're volunteering.
Okay, and just so you guys at home don't think, oh, it's just adults talking to you about how to make it better. We've found your photo of your senior year of high school. Yes, is this when you were graduating?
This is the day I graduated with my mom.
Oh, hi, Mom. Amazing. Okay. So cool. I love that you're dedicating yourself now to helping students make a brighter future.
Yeah, it's tough out there. College is kind of expensive.
All right, it sure is. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
I love that throwback photo.